Welcome into George Sparky Anderson Field. Ryan Milano with Knight Uretsky. If you're looking at the score, 5-5, if you're looking at the scoreboard, top of the 10th inning, and you're confused, well, we were at first too, but we have been caught up and we'll catch you up to speed. This is a game that is being continued between the Foresters and the Oaks. It ended through 9 innings in a 5-5 tie in the game they played earlier this season. They are going to continue this game. So there are a few rules and regulations that we need to go over to make sure that this game is legal and to catch you, the listeners, up to speed. On the mound will be Tobias Plotkin to start off the game for the Oaks. He actually was the one who ended the game against the Foresters. He pitched the 8th and the 9th inning. So any player that was already on the field can stay, and any player that was already subbed out cannot be on the field. So starting this game when it actually happened was Andrew Sharp behind the dish. He was subbed out later in the game for Anson Arrows. So Arrows is behind the plate. Sharp, he cannot come back in. Reagan Burford, he started at third base when this game originally played. He's no longer on the roster, so there has to be a substitution. JT Naviak, he slides into shortstop, and then Grant Smith, who played shortstop, slides to third base. So the defensive alignment, Plotkin and Arrows, the battery connection, Bobo, Gregory, Naviak, and Smith on the infield from right to left, and then Carrillo, Sandoval, and Foreman in the outfield. The first pitch of this continuation game is fouled off. That is Ryan Robleski. He is in the game at right field for the Foresters. He was the 4-hole hitter in the game when the game was stopped. He's leading off this game because the 3-hole hitter, Steven Zobak, he made the last out of the game. The 0-1 misses the zone for a ball. The count is 1-1. So, Ryan Robleski in this continuation, he is 1 for 4, and he grounds one to the shortstop, Naviak. The throw over to first in time, make that 1 for 5, and the first out of extra innings is recorded. And so this is the first time we've seen the Oaks in extra innings this season. And this is a big game as well, not only between these two teams for this individual game, but in the CCL standings. Right now, currently, the Foresters lead the Oaks by 1.5 games. If the Oaks take both of the games today, then they jump Santa Barbara in the standings. Nathan Rombach, he's the man at the plate right now. He watches a strike in there. The count is 0-1. Rombach, he's 0 for 4 throughout this game. He struck out the last time he was up. I'm not sure he's really worried about that. That was over 3 weeks ago, and now lines one sharply into center field. Sandoval back at the track, looking up. It's gone, a home run, and the Foresters, they take a quick extra inning lead. It's 6-5.
And wow, what a hit right there from Rombach, a solo shot to put them ahead. And Tobias Plotkin, that's his 4th home run he's given up all season. Right there, Rombach gets an 0-1 count, sends one over the wall in 400 dead center, and that's impressive right there. That's the first time we've seen a home run at this park that has gone to center field. All the home runs this season have gone to right field. That one, dead center, and man, what a hit from Rombach.
Now Andrew Cachel at the plate. He watches a strike. Andrew Cachel is a substitution. Peyton Cole was the original man who completed the game in the 6-hole spot for the Foresters. But Cachel, a substitution, going to take over. He watches the first ball of the at-bat. The count is 1-1. Cachel was a CCL All-Star at third base for the Foresters. The 1-1, line sharply into right field. That's going to get down. He's aboard. He's digging for second. Foreman fields it, throws it into Zach Gregory, the cutoff man, as Cachel stops at second base, a double. And the Foresters, they're fired up. They started off these extra innings hot.
Yeah, and Plotkin got the ground out to start, but since then, everything's been going the Foresters' way for the past 2 batters. A home run to dead center, and right there, Cachel, he pinch hits for Peyton Cole and comes in and ropes a double down the right field line. An impressive hit, and Foreman, he wasn't able to catch up, and right there, put a runner in scoring position, and the Foresters trying to extend their lead.
Josh Stinson, he's the man at the plate right now. He came in and substituted for Dylan Leach in the 8th inning. First pitch to him, misses for a ball, the count 1-0. So Stinson, he saw one at-bat in this game. He walked on a full count, could not get advanced any further. He is playing center field today. Zach Gregory holding the runner on at second base, gives him a look, backs out. Large secondary lead. Plotkin stares him down. And right there, Andrew Cachel, he took a large lead, and I'm surprised Zach Gregory didn't crash to the second base bag. Cachel was halfway between second and third, and Tobias Plotkin was just staring him down.
Yeah, that was a monstrous lead right there. I was surprised, too. Crazy he didn't even get a throw back to second.
The 1-0. Plotkin to Stinson, who flies one into shallow center. Sandoval coming in. He fields it, tagging to third, and not going all the way is Cachel. He took a few aggressive steps, but the shallow fly ball would have been difficult for him to advance on, so there's 2 outs here in the 10th inning.
And right now, the Forsters, they're swinging early. Every at-bat so far has been 2 pitches except one, which was to Cachel, and that was 3 pitches. And right now, they're just swinging early and making contact. Every ball's been in play, but 2 have gone down, 1 a home run and 1 a double.
And the way that things will work today is after the conclusion of this game, whichever team ends up winning, there will be a 30-minute break, and then we will start the second game of the day. That one will start all the way back in the first inning, like normal games do. That'll bring up Jared Thomas. He substituted for Carson Wells in the 8th inning. First pitch to Thomas, breaking ball in the zone. The count is 0-1. And so Thomas, his first time up, he flew out to end the 8th inning. He is going to be starting behind the dish today. Dylan Leach started behind the dish, but then was substituted for by Josh Stinson. So a little bit of a double switch, not in traditional fashion. Tobias Plotkin to the plate, misses low and away. The count 1-1. Thomas, he's not the typical catcher, but he is catching today. Dylan Leach is the man that we normally see behind the dish for this team. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around? The home plate umpire calls it himself. Yes, he did. Now 1-2 the count. Plotkin 1 strike away from getting out of the inning.
And Plotkin, he's not really known for the strikeout a ton. He's really known for that weak contact, which we've seen a little bit in this inning. But right here has a 1-2 count. And, you know, he has gotten a couple of Forsters to strike out throughout the year. Right here, he sets him up with a chance for another opportunity.
Thomas, he bats .324 on the season. He's been successful when putting the bat on the ball. The 1-2. Check swing in the dirt. He did not break his wrist. The count is 2-2. Jared Thomas, he has 12 hits on the year, 8 RBI with a runner in scoring position right now, 7 walks and 6 strikeouts, so he has not been susceptible going down in the count. But right now, he is trying to battle back from 2 strikes. Plotkin checks the runner. Checks him again. Now to the plate. The 2-2. Misses high. Gets away from arrows. And the runner now going to be 90 feet from home. As Cachel, he takes the extra bag. And the count has been run full to Jared Thomas.
And that's just a mistake you rarely see from Anson Arrows. Right there, the ball went off of his glove, then it hit his catcher's mask and went to the backstop. And, you know, throughout the year, Anson Arrows, he's been a sure thing defensive catcher, hasn't had many pass balls, but right there, that one is a rare mistake for him.
So now Grant Smith with the responsibility of keeping Cachel honest. He's going to back out, let Cachel get as big of a lead as he wants down the third base line. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and Tobias Plotkin, actually fouled off and Arrows couldn't catch it. It looked like Plotkin got out of the inning. The ball went right into the glove of Arrows off of the end of the bat foul tip, but Anson couldn't squeeze it, and the inning will continue. So 6 pitches already in the at-bat, the 7th coming. Plotkin, he's already let up a run in this inning. That was a solo shot home run to Nathan Rombach. The full count pitch. Plotkin gets a number to third base. Smith fields it on a hop, throws to first. It's in time to get him. And the third out of the inning is recorded, but not after 1 run comes across on 2 hits, no errors, and a single man left on third base. We'll head to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Oaks, they have some work to do to come back in extras. It's gut check time when we come back on the Conejo Oaks live stream. Welcome back. Bottom of the 10th inning. The Oaks, they have work to do. That work and responsibility is going to fall on Raul Sandoval, Brendan Durfee, and JT Naviak. That is the 4-hole hitter, 5-hole hitter, and 6-hole hitter for the Oaks. Sandoval, he's in center field today. He's going up against Nick Proctor. First pitch from Proctor, a swing and a miss on the outside part of the plate that Sandoval could not catch up to. The count is 0-1. Proctor ended the game for the Foresters. He pitched the 9th inning. He allowed one base runner, that was Zach Gregory, but was able to get out of the inning without Gregory advancing past that first base bag. Now the Oaks, they need to score a run here or else the game is over. The 0-1. Sandoval fights one off, flips it to first base, and Proctor steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. So 2 pitches, and the first out is recorded as Sandoval could not beat out the throw.
And right there, Sandoval is just weak contact, got a little jammed on the inside. The ball ran a little bit too inside, got the inner part of the bat sent it the opposite way to first base. Rombach came in and able to toss it to the pitcher, get the out. It's an easy first out.
And that'll bring up Brendan Durfee. Durfee was the designated hitter in this game. He still is that designated hitter. In the game, he is 2 for 4. He has 2 hits, a double, and a single, and 2 runs scored. First pitch to Durfee, elevated, the count 1-0. Brendan Durfee, it's been a while, so I'm not sure how much you can rely on game stats in this one, but for Durfee on the season, he's batting .233 overall, is a .421 on base percentage. The 1-0. Durfee looks at it at the knees. It's called a strike. The count is 1-1. He's working against Nick Proctor, who has been successful for the Foresters on the season throughout the year. In 11 2/3 innings pitched, he has just a .77 ERA, so an ERA sub 1. So he has been very good for the Foresters, but the count is now 2-1 as that fastball runs away from him arm side. So the count is 2-1. Proctor has 21 strikeouts on the season. That is one of the leaders. He's one of 4 Foresters that has over 20 on the year. He's allowed just 1 total run on the entire season. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Breaking ball that found the zone. The count is 2-2. And Durfee trying to stay alive. He's trying not to go down on strikes to make it the 22nd victim of the season. Proctor's only walked 2 batters on the year. Proctor checks a sign from Thomas. Now he's going to tell him to go through again. Durfee steps out of the box and is right back in. The 2-2. Durfee grounds one to the third baseman. The throw over from Cachel is in time, and the Oaks are down to their final out.
And Proctor, he has a lot of movement on his balls. His off-speed pitches have seemed to have a lot of run towards the right batter's box, and his fastball, it seems to run towards the outside. That time, it was a pretty straight-fired pitch. Durfee fought it off, went to the third base side, and normally the pull hitter goes the opposite way. That time he fought it off, tried to go down the left field line. Cachel was there, tough stop, but threw it across the diamond and an out.
JT Naviak, the final hope for the Oaks. First pitch to him off the plate, the count 1-0. Naviak this season, batting just .186, has a .308 on base percentage. Finishing the slash line is a .257 slugging. He fights off the 1-0 pitch out of play. It was a breaking ball that sat right in the middle of the plate. Naviak not able to get good wood on it and fights it off, so the count is 1-1. Big hole between third base and shortstop. Andrew Cachel shaded towards the line at third. The 1-1. Naviak watches a pitch off the plate again. The count is 2-1 when Proctor has missed, especially to this right-handed hitter. He has missed off the plate and outside. He did it a few times as well to Brendan Durfee. He's trying to paint that outside part of the zone. The 2-1. Proctor leaves one over the plate. Naviak fights it off, and the Oaks are down to their final strike.
And not only is he missing outside, but Jared Thomas, the catcher, he's been trying to get a lot of calls from that framing job. He's been trying to frame pitches really well. Hasn't gotten the call yet, but right here with 2 strikes, that's something to note going forward in this at-bat.
2-2, final strike for the Oaks. Naviac swings and misses, and the Foresters are going to take game one, 6-5. The Oaks, they end up losing that game, and it was one that, if you go back to when the game was actually played, the Oaks had control of for a majority of the game. The Foresters, they scored all of their runs on dropped third strikes when they actually happened, outside of the home run here in the 10th inning that we saw today. They scored their runs in the 6th inning and in the 7th inning on dropped third strikes, and we're going to see a 30-minute break, and then we'll be back for game two where the Oaks, they try to rebound after this loss against the Foresters. Knight, I know it was a short time. It was only one inning, but in that one inning, what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, the Oaks, they just got sent down in order batting-wise. A couple of groundouts and a strikeout. Wasn't really anything showing offensively. And then Tobias Plotkin, he gave up his 4th home run of the season, which leads the Oaks pitchers in home runs given up, so that's his 4th. Romback, he sent it right to dead center field, which was probably the most impressive hit I've seen all season here at George Sparky Anderson Field. It's just a tough break for the Oaks, and, you know, it's just an unfortunate loss in a game that they probably should have won. If you look back at the game the previous time here, they get 1 inning, and, you know, you just give up a solo shot, and that's it.
All right, we'll be back very soon, so set your stopwatch for 30 minutes from now. Before 4 o'clock, we will have first pitch of the second game of the day today. The Oaks, they dropped the first one to Santa Barbara, trying to bounce back when we come back on the